Voted best weather coverage by the Georgia Association of Broadcasters. From the station that's on your side, News 12, first at 5, continues.
A drug just as dangerous as fentanyl causing deaths across the nation, and officials are warning that it could be in just about anything. What you can do to protect yourself coming up.
In just a few hours, a local baseball team is just one win away from winning a 4-1 title. We've got the latest live from the pitch coming up.
South Carolina Senator Tim Scott for you in just about 10 minutes. Charlie, new at 5:30, the drug known as Trank on the street is now being mixed with other drugs like marijuana and cocaine. That combination can be deadly. The Georgia Department of Public Health tracks these numbers.
Between 2020 and 2022, xylazine-related deaths increased more than 1,100%. 183 Georgians died last year, and deaths increased faster among women. Abikasaurus shares how the state is working to fight that problem.
Law enforcement says they're seeing the deadly drug xylazine being mixed into everything from marijuana to fentanyl, including here in Conyers, where a man accused of selling drugs laced with xylazine is now serving a 12-year federal prison sentence.
Drug dealers are making a cheaper way out of it. They don't care about repercussions of what it could do to a seller.
Quantivius Garcia with the Conyers Police Department remembers responding to the call. One man dead, another severely injured after they claimed to have taken a substance the 36-year-old Mossy Fears sold them at a gas station.
The victim thought he was purchasing crack cocaine from Missy Fears, but it was later found to be xylazine included in that, which is very deadly.
Xylazine, a depressant which can slow your breathing, heart rate, and blood pressure to dangerous levels.
That amount of xylazine can sedate an elephant.
The state's Department of Public Health reports the drug is being mixed with other drugs, most commonly fentanyl. They reported 183 overdose deaths from xylazine in the last year here in Georgia.
Most of the people I see are essentially one and done.
Gwinnett County Medical Examiner Carol Terry says she's seeing a spike of teenage deaths, as well as people in their late 40s and 50s who turn to street drugs for pain relief.
So it's like playing rookie roulette. Sometimes people think they're getting one thing and they're getting something else.
Test strips for xylazine just hit the market.
This also will save lives.
Pharmacist Ira Katz sells them for less than $4. He says these strips can test for the presence of xylazine, much like a chlorine strip can test for chlorine in your pool.
So we encourage people, if they're going to use anything, to try to find xylazine. We have it, okay?
The Georgia Department of Public Health says it's not clear if the drugs are being diverted from vets' offices or if they're being produced illegally here in the state. In Conyers, I'm Abikasaurus.
And this is not just a rising issue in Georgia. Overdose deaths by Trank have permeated throughout South Carolina as well. It's even popped up on law enforcement's radar after 8 overdoses in 1 week back in March.
Soon, a life-saving drug could be added into your child's school. A bill recently signed into law by South Carolina Governor Henry McMaster allows overdose reversal drugs like Narcan to be administered in schools. It would have to be given by a nurse or other trained school employee, but many groups say this is a big step towards saving children's lives. There is also a bill going through committee that would require schools to have a supply of opioid antidotes. Well, breaking news, a former Richmond County deputy sentenced to life in prison. 37-year-old Jason Cunningham pled guilty to shooting and killing 37-year-old Nicole Harrington over an insult to his manhood. He pled guilty and will first serve 5 years of confinement.
Unite for the Fight. It aims to raise money to help cancer patients and their families. One team participating in the Unite for the Fight this year is led by former Augusta Mayor Deke Copenhaver. 20,000 of that is coming from Augusta Rotary member T.R. Reddy. The director of the Georgia Cancer Center says this money covers services insurance typically won't.
Fighting cancer is so stressful, so anxiety-provoking. So help us provide everything that around just diagnosing and treating the cancer to provide them the best possible outcome.
100% of the donations will go to the Georgia Cancer Center.
Augusta Christian Baseball is 1 win away from their first South Carolina Independent School Association 4A title. That is a mouthful.
It is. The Lions took game 1. The Skyhawks tallied back to take game Game 2. Our Alyssa Lyons joins us now live from Lexington, where tonight at 7 o'clock they'll play their final game in the series against Hammond.
And they had to wait for it too, but that wait is finally over for Game 3. This game was rescheduled 4 different times because of the rain, and the Lions are hoping that there's just a little bit left in the tank to put an end to the 16-year drought. The Lions have won state championships in 05, 06, 07. Since then, there's been some changes, most recently with a new head coach. Austin Robinson is in his second year at the helm of the Lions. Last season, he led them to the playoffs. This year, under 7 seniors, they went the distance and now find themselves within 1.
Game 2, their pitcher did a heck of a job keeping us off balance. We spotted them 5 runs in the first, and that was all they needed. They didn't score the rest of the game. So we were hoping for no Game 3, but here we are after 4 rainouts later. And the guys are ready. They're ready to get after it. I think they're going to handle business today.
That business meeting starts promptly at 7 p.m. Coming up all new on News 12 at 6 o'clock. We'll tell you who's getting the start tonight.
All right, thanks for that, Alyssa. The peach season in Georgia, it was hit hard by a freeze earlier this year, but just ahead, we'll tour one farm that's still doing peachy. Riley?
Well, I know the farmers are dealing with some very wet conditions thanks to all the rain over the last several days. And we're looking at more rain tomorrow, but it does improve later into the week. We'll have that forecast just after the break. But temperature-wise, I don't think too many complaints out there for no 90s in the 7-day forecast. We're going to see highs generally in the 70s for the rest of the week.
Thanks, Riley. It's 3 weeks late, but peach season is here. And for one farmer, however, it's right on time.
Sawyer Bussey has the story of a family farm south of Atlanta that's going strong 5 generations later.
There is a place in Georgia where 5 generations of a family's history
My great-great-grandfather farmed the land.
grow through the roots.
I think he would be proud that we're continuing to find a way to farm the land that they did.
And out of the branches of trees.
We have about a little over 20 acres of peach trees. Although strawberry season's still going strong, we would be rolling into peach season now. Obviously because of Mother Nature sending curveballs our way. That's changed a little bit this year.
The winter freeze knocked out some of the peach crop, so the fruit is coming in about 3 weeks late this year. The peaches might be behind, but the blackberries and blueberries are right on time.
The good news is we still have a fair number of peaches on the later varieties of trees. As we get into June, we'll start picking a lot more peaches.
It's not really the point, though. For Jake, this is just another reminder of a life lesson he watched his grandfather and father live out.
Take things as they come, whether it be on this farm or in life, and have a positive outlook on it is something that, it's our choice, right?
While this place has grown and changed over the years, some things aren't for changing. It's still family run. These are...
And they're Georgia peach trees.
Absolutely. There's no other peach tree in the world.
This is a place where leaving your phone at home is encouraged.
With all the negativity in the world, we strive to create a wholesome atmosphere.
Where a person's connection to the land is taught and valued.
It's planting a crop, nurturing that crop, taking what the good Lord gives us, whether it be rain and weather, and watching that crop come to fruition. I think that's the joy of farming.
Better late than never there to see him show up.
Yeah, and the joy of farming. There are so few small farms, family farms especially, left. So it's nice to see the ones that are still not just doing it, but enjoying it.
It's
and
fascinating,
continuing to pass it down to generations.
I think it's awesome. I've always wanted to learn how to do that too. But you can. It's not too hard. I feel
Farmer
like.
Willie.
No, we're not doing that.
I think you've got it calling, Will.
Doing that. The fascinating ChatGPT has a new app out on the market, and it's actually safe to download. We'll tell you more coming up on What the Tech if you stick around after that.
First alert.
Wrdw.com. Click, click.
Millions of people are fascinated with ChatGPT. The artificial intelligence tool and website can create just about anything. But the popularity has led to some shady companies to release their own ChatGPT apps.
Well, many of those apps have been kicked out of the App Store for bad practices. As our consumer tech reporter Jamie Tucker explains, the wait is finally over for an official ChatGPT app.
What the Tech, sponsored by Wow Internet.
Up until now, ChatGPT apps are known to be spammy, spreading malware that can steal a lot of information right off of your phone. But now, after months of waiting, there is an official ChatGPT app that's safe to use. Here's the official icon. The name is OpenAI ChatGPT. It's only available in the Apple App Store for iPhones and iPads right now, but an Android version is coming and will be available in the Google Play Store soon. The official ChatGPT app is free. Why use an app instead of visiting the ChatGPT website in a browser? It's much faster, and if you use the platform often, the app makes it convenient to make requests and, for example, copy and paste the results in a messaging app. The app also syncs your history with your desktop ChatGPT account. If you're unfamiliar with ChatGPT, it's a platform where you can ask for anything and get instant results. For example, ask ChatGPT to write a paper, a blog post, song, movie script, and in seconds, artificial intelligence will create what you ask for. Real estate agents use it to help create listings, teachers use it for lesson plans, and it'll even plan a vacation. You don't want to download, install, and use any other ChatGPT app. I'm Jamie Tucker, and the official ChatGPT app is the app of the day.
All right, thank you for that, Jamie. Remember, for tomorrow, we're keeping that chance for light showers on and off during the day, but looking much drier once we get to our Wednesday afternoon. Now look at that 7-day just after the break.
Are you currently on?
What are you grateful for? Well, each year since 2008, Google invites K through 12 students to answer a prompt with their art for a chance to have it featured on the search engine's homepage.
What are you grateful for is this year's prompt. The first round of judging is over, and now we have a doodle from each state.
Just a doodle.
Georgia's doodle is in the grade 6 through 7 group. It's titled Eat, Sleep, Slay, Gymnastics, Repeat.
And South Carolina's entry in the grades 8 through 9 group titled The Second Wonders of the World. I'm trying to take a look at that. That's pretty cool there.
That's
It shows
really cool.
a jaguar, snake, shark, toucan, meerkat, and snapping turtle to form the Google logo.
Okay, super
I like
cool
that
stuff.
one.
Yeah, you can vote for your favorite doodle from each grade category, meaning you can vote for both Georgia and South Carolina to go into the top 5.
And the winner will get their doodle on the front page for a day, receive a $30,000 scholarship, and their school will receive a $50,000 technology grant.
Yes, some good loot too when you win. You can find the link to vote on our website, wrdw.com, and good luck to the Georgia and South Carolina artists. Riley?
Absolutely, definitely go give them a vote, and a big bag for the winner there. Definitely some very impressive winnings for the Google contest. Hey, we got just a few clouds overhead. Luckily, not much rain. Temperatures right now in the mid-70s. We're just going to hover in the 70s and 60s the rest of this evening and tonight. Currently looking at radar, not much rain out there, but remember, mist, light sprinkles just can't be picked up by radar all the time. So keep the umbrella close by if you're stepping out tonight. Northeast wind's going to keep our temperatures pretty cool again tomorrow. And honestly, for the rest of the week, we are expecting below average temps. Right now, we're still at 76 up at the lake, 73 in Thompson. Washington up in Wilkes County is in the 60s. They've seen a little bit steadier rain this afternoon that's kept them on the cooler side. For the rest of this evening into tonight, our temperatures will fall most likely into the low and mid 60s by daybreak tomorrow morning. All day long tomorrow, just cannot rule out that you see a passing shower at any point during the day. Not expecting any thunderstorms, but just keep the umbrella close by. Temps will be in the 60s and 70s all day long again tomorrow. By Wednesday, we finally see the sun again.
All right, thanks, Riley. That's all the time we have, but stick with us. Much more news, weather, and sports coming up after a short break on News 12 at 6 o'clock.